So let's talk about the setup, the settings before you start driving, before you start the journey of driving. When you talk about the setup, I want you to remember 5 things. These are the 5 I want you to memorize for the rest of your life as long as you drive. As a driver, you want to make sure you've checked those 5 things. They are D trouble S M. So D and 3 S in the middle and then M. Can you remember that? D S S S M. And we're going to go through all those one by one. Once you've done those 5, you are ready to drive. You are safe, you've done the safeties, and it should be comfortable for you to drive. So every time you come into your car, before you start driving, these are the things that you check. These 5 things you check. You don't start driving, you don't even start the engine until you've checked those 5 things. Now, number 1 is D. D for door. Your door is it shut? It doesn't have to be locked. As long as it's shut, is fine. Now, this is your car and you're the driver, which means you are responsible for all the doors in your car. So before you come in, make sure you check all the doors and then come in. So start from the bonnet, go around checking all the doors and the boot, and then open your door and then you come in. If you're learning with a driving instructor, you don't have to worry about the other doors because they will check that. But remember, you are becoming a driver. Once you pass your driving test, when you drive your car, you want to make sure every time you come into your car, you want to make sure you check all the doors. Just because it's your car, it doesn't mean the door is not going to be open. Maybe your family member or your friend who you gave lift night before, maybe they left it open. Maybe they didn't shut it properly. And you come in, you start driving, you're going left and right. What's going to happen to the door if it's open? It's going to fly open, right? So before you come in, make sure your door is all shut, and then you come in and make sure your door is shut. So number 1 is door, D for door. And then we got 3 S's. Number 1 S is the seat. You want to make sure that your seat is okay. Now, when you're checking the seat, you want to make sure you're checking for 2 things. Number 1, you want to be comfortable. And number 2, you could reach the pedals that you need for you to drive. So if you're driving a manual car, you're going to have 3 pedals. You're going to have the accelerator, brake, and the clutch. If it's automatic, it's only the accelerator and the brake. Regardless what car you drive, you want to make sure the controls of those you could reach from the sitting position. Okay, so number 1, you need to feel comfortable, and number 2, you should be able to reach the pedals. So this is a manual car. When you are driving a manual car, always put the clutch down to the floor to check if the seat is okay. Okay, now I said clutch. Why? Because the clutch goes the furthest down. So if you put the clutch down, you could see whether you could reach it all the way down without stretching too much or without trying to move your body. Okay, for me, it's too stretchy. What do? I go forward a bit. So I'm going to go a little bit forward. For you to move your seat, go back and forward. Make sure you know the car you're driving and how the seat goes forward and backward. For me, it's underneath. There is a bar. I just pull that and go forward and backwards. Okay, so I went forward a bit. This is perfect for me. So I'm checking it with the clutch. Why? Because the clutch goes the furthest down. If I could reach that, no problem for the other ones. Why? Because they don't go as far as the clutch. So if you're driving or learning in a manual car or driving a manual car, always check it with the clutch down to the floor so that if you could reach that, no problem for the other ones because they don't go as far as the clutch. Okay, so the distance from the pedals, I check it with the clutch if it's a manual car. If it's automatic, check it with either, no problem, because they both go the same distance. Okay, the other thing with your seat is your headrest. That's there for your own safety. Okay, make sure this is adjusted properly so that it is there for your safety. It is not there to lean on or there to sleep on. It is there for your safety. So if you stop the car in an emergency, you go forward and then you go backwards. And if that's not in the right place, I'm going to break my neck. I want to make sure I save my neck. It's no point saving someone and you breaking your own neck. Okay, so that should be in the right place. It goes up and down. There is a button here. Okay, I press that and it goes up and down. Okay, the minimum should be the top end should be the eye level. That's the minimum. Okay, this is for me more than enough. It's more than good. I could go down a bit if I want. Press that, it goes down. Okay, so for me, perfect. So the top end minimum should be so if you're quite tall, the top end should be minimum your eye level. As long as it's your eye level, it's fine. Okay, so make sure you adjust that when you're checking the seat. What's next? Next S is the seat belt. So put the seat belt on. Done. Why do we put the seatbelt on? In the UK, by law, we have to put the seatbelt on. There is no choice. It is against the law not to put the seatbelt on. So make sure you put the seatbelt on. It is for your own reason. It is for your own safety. Anybody sitting in your car in the UK up to the age of 14, you, the driver, is responsible for that person up to the age of 14. Above 14, they're responsible. But that's the law protecting you. If I were you, regardless how old they are, I would advise them to put the seatbelt on. Imagine you're driving and something happens and you need to stop the car in an emergency and they don't have the seatbelt on. Doesn't have to be if they're 14 or not. What's going to happen to them? If something happens to them, you're the driver, will have to live for the rest of your life, saving somebody's life, and somebody here could be damaged, could be affected. Yeah. So make sure anybody sitting in your car, advise them to put the seatbelt on. And this is why every seat should have the seat belt and they all should be working. In the UK, having seat belt working in every seat, it is required. So make sure every seat, the seat belts are working. If it's not working, make sure no one's sitting there. And same goes with the headrest. Okay, every seat should have a headrest and they all should be working. Anybody sitting there, make sure they've all adjusted their headrest. What's next? Steering. Okay, so that's the steering. You want to make sure you're not too close, you're not too far. That's the reason why you are checking. If it's too far or too near, what are you going to do? How are you going to correct that? How are you going to adjust that? Some will say, I'm going to move the seat. Well, you can't because you've already corrected the seat. If you move the seat now, what's going to happen? You're going to move from the pedals. So you can't move the seat. What you can do is move the back of your seat. Okay, so back of your seat moves back and forward. It goes back and forward. Okay, so if you think this is better to say it's too close, what do? You just go back a bit and there. So what should you have? You should have, maybe too far for me, about this much. Good. So when you hold the steering, you want to make sure you have some bend here, some bend on your holding. So I'm holding 4-2-3 around here. Okay, and I've got some bend. Why? So that when I go on top, I don't need to go forward. I don't need to go forward. So when you're steering, your body shouldn't move. Only the hand should move when you're doing the steering. And if I'm too far, then if I need to take my hands on the top, I need to do that. And that's not a good setting. For you to make sure that the steering is okay for you, 4-2-3 and some bend here when you're holding. So when you go on top, just your hands is moving, not your body. So you're not doing that. Okay, also the steering. Okay, most cars nowadays you could move the steering. So the steering, there's a bar here, it goes forward and then it goes down and up. Okay, so you could do that as well. Okay, so back of your seat moves, also the steering moves, comes out, also go up and down a little bit. Okay, so you could adjust that. And that's how you adjust, that's how you do the setting when we talk about the steering. And what's the last one? It's the mirrors. You've got 3 mirrors. Okay, you've got the top mirror, then you've got 2 side mirrors, and you adjust them according to. So let's start with the one on the left. So if you look here, the mirror, so the edge of the mirror nearest to you, can you see the edge of your car? So if you move a little bit, can you see? That's too much. Can you see? You can see your car, right? You want to see about this much. So a little bit of your car, so you know where your car is. Also, if somebody comes on the side now, maybe a bike or something, or maybe somebody passing, walking, you will be able to see it and you will know how far they are because you know where your car is. Can you see your car? That's too much. And about this much. Okay, same with the other one. Can you see? Can you see the edge of the mirror? This edge, this edge. Can you see where your car is? There. If you move it, that's too much. Yeah, so you want to see a little bit, not too much. Can you see it? That's where your car is, okay? And then here, if somebody comes, you will be able to see, and you will know how far they are because you know where your car is. So when you're adjusting the rear view mirror, you're adjusting to see if you could see the back window. So you want to see the whole back window there, okay? You don't want the mirror to be too much down or too much up. You want to make sure in a way so that you could see the back window here. And that's how you adjust when you're adjusting the rear view mirror. You need to adjust it in a way so that when you're driving, you could move your eyes and you could see it. Not okay. So if because the mirror moves, move it in a way so that you adjust in a way so that when I'm driving, I could just move my eyes and I could see it. I don't have to move my head. Okay, so adjust it so that you could see it with your eyes, and then once you've adjusted, you could move your head. You don't want to adjust, so you have to move your head. Okay, so these are the 5 things. Okay, we call it DSSM. D for door, seat, seat belt, steering, mirrors. Every time you come in, not just as a learner, as a driver. As long as you drive, as long as you live and you drive, you must do these settings before you start your journey, before you start the driving. So DSSM. Does it have to be in that order? The question is, do I have to do it in that order or can I do it randomly? The answer is, doesn't matter. You could do it randomly, no problem, but it doesn't make sense. You come in through the door, take your seat, put your seatbelt on, do the steering, do the mirrors. It makes sense, doesn't it? It's no good coming in, leave the door open, do the seat, then close the door. I mean, it doesn't make sense. DSSM makes sense. Now, even if you do randomly, that's fine as long as you do the mirrors last. One thing you should do is do the mirrors last. Why is that? Imagine you come in and you do the mirrors first and then you move your seat. What's going to happen? You'll have to do the mirrors again. Okay, so do randomly if you want. I would say do it DSSM the way I gave you. It makes sense that way. If you want to do randomly, no problem, as long as you do the mirrors last. Why? If you do the mirror and then if you do the seat, you have to do the mirrors again because it's going to move. Okay, and the other thing I want to share is that especially in the beginning when you're learning, make sure you go to your lesson with the right clothes on, clothes that is comfortable for you to drive. Remember, clothes makes a difference. Your clothes and the shoe, these are the 2 things makes a difference when you're driving, especially in the beginning. Okay, once you get used to it and you'll be driving for a while, it doesn't really matter, but in the beginning it matters. It makes a lot of difference. So make sure you wear the clothes that you're comfortable, so when you're moving around it's not too tight, you don't feel uncomfortable. You want to be comfortable, so the clothes is important, especially when you are learning to drive, when you go to your lesson. And the shoe, make sure the shoes are really soft so you could feel the pedals. When you're pressing the pedals, you need to feel it, and if the shoe is too thick, you're not going to be able to feel it. It needs to be soft, and just make sure that you wear the shoe that is you feel the pedals. It is soft and is flexible so that when you're using the pedals, you could feel it. If you need extra help on learning to drive and to pass the driving test, don't forget to take the advantage of our online course, which gives everything a learner needs. The course has everything a learner needs to learn to drive and to pass the driving test. It has more than 30 videos on the course. Like I said, it has everything a learner needs. I will leave a link on the description for you to have a look. Have a look and see and read. If you like it, you could always join the course. Thank you for watching. I hope you've enjoyed the video. If you did, please do give a thumbs up. Please do make a comment what you think of the video. And if you're new to this channel, don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss any of my future videos. And hope to see you again on the next video. Bye for now.